Ah, I hate Zunsoft. So loud. One sec. Where's the music? Hold the. Did I mute it? Ah! Whoa! What's the difference? Wait, what's the difference? I must have turned this off for recording at some point. These early these early Toho games didn't have professional music sliders for volume. But they do, however, have extending your lives. Change the amount of init bombs, excluding extra. Okay, hold on. I need to... I mean, it's probably fine. Just don't press the bomb button, asshole. Alright. Okay, so... this game has a lot of music that I think is really good. It also has Stinky, so, you know. But there's also 4 characters. So Mima is the best character in the game. And Yuka is good at killing enemies. I think Marissa's good at killing... well, Marissa Asterisk is good against killing bosses. Mima's basically just better than Marissa. Reimu, I don't know what Reimu does, but she looks pretty ready to go. Realistically, Mima's probably the easiest to accomplish what I'm trying to do. And when do you get to play as Mima, right? When do you get to play as Mima? Never! Now I get to play as Mimer, the element of creation, materialization. So one of my favorite PC98 tracks in the whole series is Stage 4. Both its boss theme and its stage theme are very good. The Grimoire of Alice is also, I think, in my opinion, the best PC98 track in the game. Even if it's not necessarily my favorite. It also has Infinite Being, which is Stinky's theme, and that theme is very, very good. So Mystic Square is a very, very good game in terms of its music. Now, what's nice is I always had an issue with the PC98 stuff because they don't have native controller support. So I have to joy to key it. But I was a control stick player. So emulating the notches for control stick is actually quite difficult. But now I try to primarily use D-pad. And the reason why I made that switch is because later Toho games, starting with 17, I believe, had a different stick sensitivity to them. And it was really weird. So, but the D-pad is consistent from everything. Also, Toho 9, I had a similar issue, so I used D-pad for that too. Either that or I was starting to use it there just because. I don't remember. Point is, I now use the D-pad to move rather than the control stick, but I was a control stick player for a long time. I was on control stick when I got my Lunatic 1cc's, and I was on D-pad when I got my normal no bombs. Now, that got left off at double dealing character, because that game's hard. That game's hard. I practiced it, because Shimmy has some spell cards that are really difficult. I just couldn't beat it. And one of the things that kind of stopped me from doing it is, once it starts to turn into work, it becomes less fun to do. But obviously, you're not going to see a lot of success if you don't practice. But my issue with it was that it's like, I don't want to turn it into more work because I already like do work, right? So I do shit off the stream, and then I come to the stream and I play some video games, and I'm okay with taking on like challenges and whatnot. But sometimes it's a matter of, all right, I just worked like 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever. And now I'm here on stream and I'm now doing a second job called learning this fucking game. And it's like, it's not as fun. Obviously, the reward you get when you're done and you succeed is great, but it's just that I do a lot of different things, and a lot of it, a whole 24 hours of practice go is, it's pretty rough. And this is usually the one that gets cut from my regime, because this is the one I care the least about in terms of actually keeping up a form of discipline too. Alright. Saba. Magic Square. You know she spins? Watch her. She spins. She puts her hand out like Flandre too. She spins on her next phase. Spin. Whee. I never beat Alice. No, I never beat Alice. I couldn't even beat her first fucking pattern. Red Magic is insane, dude. Red Magic is one of the biggest filters I think I've ever seen from an extra stage boss. That shit is like, understand me or lose. And then I don't even know how the rest of it plays after that, but I know that Red Magic is fucking like that shit is a filter. Do you regret fighting me? Ka! Oh, the old days of score penalties for increasing your starting lives. It's interesting that this game lets you change your bomb count to 0. Because changing your bombs, I think the last time you were allowed to do that was EOSD, right? And then the last time you were allowed to adjust your lives was Touhou 9. I think the reason for the bomb thing was because in PCB, Zun made it so each character's bomb was like different based on the character you played. And in Imperishable Night, characters also had gimmicks that were related to the bomb. Specifically Sakuya and Remy, who they gain an extra bomb if they didn't use one when they died. And then Touhou 9, bombs are supposed to be a finite resource anyway, that everybody has the same amount for, so there's no reason to change it. It would just make things take longer. So that's probably why that happened. Oh, I didn't even see that. That snowball is kind of blending into the background of the space dust. PC98, I have visibility issues with it. Some of the patterns and the screen size are kind of insane to the degree where some of it is really like hard to react to or even really see. There's also the shit at the end of the stage where you get hit by a wave of bullets. I'm not a fan of that personally, and the reason for that is because it's kind of a blind run killer in a bad way. I don't like that it's a blind, like, okay, in the early stages it's fine, you can kind of figure it out because it's not that big, but in later stages, and especially the extra stage, that shit is just like, what is this? If you don't know what you're doing there, you're probably just gonna get filtered on a life. I don't like that personally, because the way it is to me, it's a gimmick that you learn and you never get hit by it again, or it's a gimmick that you get hit by and you're like, what the fuck, and then you have to try and practice it, but then the practice tools available to you in this are not exactly easy. Zun brought them back in PCB Extra, and I think Fossilized Wonder did too, if I'm remembering correctly. The Fossilized Wonders extra stage also brought them back. They're easier to practice on Windows, so it's not that big of a deal. But they're in every stage in PC98. Like, literally every stage has them. I'm Luis. I used to be a cop in Madrid. Whoa. I also just feel that shit in this game is naturally faster in general. You can't see your hitbox, but you get used to that after a while. Rank exists in these games, predominantly in PC98 and EOSD, but to be honest with you, I don't know what rank really affects other than bullet speed and density. But even then, I don't know. If you get hit, your rank pretty much resets, I believe, so, you know, if you're not very good, then you don't even really see that. Now that's one aspect of these games that is strange, is the final patterns where they barely get a chance to even shoot them off. I don't know what's up with that. Because rank starts at 16 and it caps at 32, and it goes down when you use bombs. But like, it also just flat out resets when you get hit. At least I believe it flat out resets. But rank is present in later games. It just stops doing like anything. The only thing I can think of that it does in PCB is it affects one of Lyrica's nons. Oh, this is a great theme. It affects one of Lyrica's nons, but otherwise rank doesn't really do a whole lot in that game. Whereas in EOSD it does affect pattern, like speed and density. By how much and comparatively, I could not tell you. Because, well, usually I get hit and then it resets. And obviously it's more noticeable on higher difficulties, but on higher difficulties I'm getting hit, so I'm not seeing it beyond that. I don't think there's anything wrong with difficulty adjustment in general. I know that the Resident Evil games do it. A lot of the Resident Evil games have difficulty adjustment. Miss shots, get hit, die, the game becomes easier for you. The director takes that shit into account. Die enough times and you're essentially playing on a lower difficulty until you kind of get your footing, and then it goes back up naturally to the difficulty setting. Like the Infernal and Nightmare difficulty, specifically in RE3 Remake, is kind of like that. Where when you play on the highest difficulty, if you die enough times, you pretty much get difficulty adjusted to the previous difficulty, and then as you start to do a little better, it'll kind of gradually put you back up to the one you picked initially. If you're wondering why I'm playing this today for no real apparent reason, I said earlier at the start of the stream, but I was just watching Barbarous King play a ROM hack. Just playing a Mario ROM hack, Claustrophobia. There's a bunch of one-room kaizos, and it was really cool. And the creators seemed to really like Toho music because he kept using it. And I just kind of heard a bunch of tracks in SMW sound font, and it made me kind of nostalgic. Heard Reincarnation, you know, Volet, Alice in Wonderland, and it's like, that was the track that really sealed the deal for me. I was like, man, I want to play a Toho game. I haven't played a Toho game in a while. This is also because I was just up, like, thinking last night about the time I got called a secondary. I was very confused because I didn't know what that meant at the time. I do now. It's happened to me twice in my life, if you can believe it. I've been called a secondary. But I thought they were referring to the fact that I am a second child. That's what I thought secondary meant. When they called me secondary, like, haha, you're the second guy, you're the second kid. And I was like, yeah, I am. Yep, I got an older brother. Yeah, I am number 2, you're right. That's what I thought they meant. I was like, what does this even mean? Turns out it's a term that they use when they're saying, like, you only enjoy the series through not the main stuff. Which is really interesting because not to, like, I don't really know how to say this, I suppose, but oh, whoops, that was an accident. Kind of like the only one who was doing, like, Toho content that wasn't just gameplay, that actually did play the games or knew what the games were in a real capacity. And at this point, I had, like, you know, I had numerous 1cc's in games. And I do have lunatic 1cc's and hard 1cc's and normal no bombs. So I guess secondary is just something you call people when you don't like them. Now, I wasn't, like, you know, I'm not, like, 100%ing lunatic. I'm not 100%ing lunatic without getting hit, but, like, the amount of people who are doing that can be counted pretty quickly. You know, if that's the requirement to being a real fan, then I don't think there's a lot of Toho fans in the world. So it's not that serious, but it's just, I don't know, man. But like I said, I got called this, and I thought they were talking about the fact that I was a second child. I was just very confused. One time was on Twitter, go figure. The second time was a YouTube comment where they were like, they said secondary alert, secondary alert. I don't remember what the comment was even responding to or what video it was on. But, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes things stick in my mind because I'm baffled by them. I'm just kind of baffled by some things, that's all. I get some YouTube comments that stick in the back of my mind just by how baffling they are. This is, yeah, Maple Wise. Maple Wise is a really good stage theme, and Forbidden Magic is one of my favorite themes as well. That's the boss theme. I don't really like Judas Kiss or whatever Yuki's theme is. I don't like those themes as much as I just like their double boss theme. However, I do think their fight in general is quite difficult, and I don't know which one I'd prefer to fight alone. I know it's a lot harder to force Yuki into the 1v1 because she's usually behind Mai. This is also one of those levels where I don't like the visibility. Blue kunai on the blue background? Come on, bruh. PC98 had a habit of making enemies that hit you, that come up from the back, too. That is not my favorite type of enemy, that's for sure. Enemies like that are quite frustrating, especially when they come up with no warning. I'm Luis. Bomba. I don't remember how you get lives in this game. I'm assuming that it's score-based and I've already tapped into them, but I had full lives, so I didn't actually get anything. But normally that gives you a bomb, so I actually do not know. I do not know. Chat, in Total 2, can enemies drop bombs? I'm asking a question like I have time to read an answer in chat. You don't really get to turn your head away from this game very often. I know that enemies can drop bombs randomly in that game, very rarely. Can enemies just randomly drop 1-ups too? Is that a Story of Eastern Wonderland thing? Hit him with the shower. Hit him with the shower. Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, relax. Okay. No more, no more, no more. Oh, it's not done. Okay. There it is. Right, I gotta remember that the stage ends with that always. Okay. Well, the only game that lets you start with maximum lives, I think, is Imperishable Night. And what's interesting about that is that Imperishable Night, you have to, like, unlock that, which is really weird. Like, you can't start with 7 lives normally, but I believe you unlock the option after you've done both 4A and 4B. I don't know exactly what triggers it, but yeah. I think I'm getting tired. So yeah, Forbidden Magic is one of my favorite boss themes. The Black Itch Yuki. And the Height Itch Mai. They basically share a health bar, but whatever one you shoot the health bar down, ooh, is the one you fight. I have always and always will hate duo bosses. That's good. Oh my! Wow, I was not ready for that. Oh my, okay, that doesn't go as fast as I thought it did, but I stuttered. Okay. Oh, neat. Oh no. Die, Mai. Why, you little... Now you done it. Aboba. Yuki deserves better friends. Yo, can we move on? This one has no sound effect. Oh my. Whew. When do I get a 1-up? When do I get a 1-up? Alright, so now it's Doll of Misery. I need 11 more point. Now, Doll of Misery is one of my least favorite tracks, actually. Not that I think it's bad, I just don't think it's really that great. Ding ding. I'm gonna need those one-mans. Do you know how to dodge Shinky? The last time I fought Shinky was, like, probably 3 years ago. I do not remember the last time I actually fought Shinky. Now, to be fair, I don't remember the last time I played a Toho game. It's been a while. Well, I've played, like, Toho, asterisk. Oh, boy. There we go. Too much blue on blue. I could go over there, but I think it's probably better if I just, you know, bird in one hand is worth two in the bush. No reason to try and take out both sides. Stick on one. Okay, now you actually gotta go get your side a little faster, though. Hikariko, I think. Wait, no, this is the electric girl. I don't remember her name. Oh my. See, I don't like how fast shit is in this game. I know it only moves in a straight line, but my god, man, that shit is so fast. I don't have the eyes for this anymore. I mean, I never did, but like... I'm gonna get like sniped by blue bullets because they look the same as everything else. Oh my god. Yep, I had a feeling. What is this fucking garbly gunk, dude? This is the worst shit I've ever seen! Okay. You gonna be another mid-boss show up? No. That's really bad. I killed the mid-boss because she was scary. And then the part after that was even worse. So you finally arrived. Ho's there. I knew you would come. This is my world. It belongs to me. Lady Stinky. Okay, I don't remember how any of this shit works, but I know she throws swords. I like her a lot in Fantasy Maiden Wars. I think they really did a good job with her in Fantasy Maiden Wars, illustrating her as a fucking scary-ass lady. I need those. You fire, like, lasers or some shit, right? Yeah, like this, whatever this is. You do this a couple times. I remember that. Not exactly a clean method of directing, but whatever gets the job done, right, boys? Oh, yeah. Okay, that was a bad decision on my part. I appear to be cross-centered. Okay. So more of the same, but this time there's lasers. And they're eating the sound effect of the other ones, so I'm losing my positioning. And you're gonna do it again. Yep. Yeah, I know, phase 2. And I made a mistake, because I can't keep track of it all. Sideways knives. And then this is like really not hard to deal with. Okay. I'm still alive. I am still alive, but yeah, I couldn't keep track of the last set of the redirecting ones because I couldn't hear them. The lasers kept overriding the sound effect. I wasn't able to pay attention to everything. Holy R. There's no line. Why did you go for the point items? You can't reasonably get enough. I cannot get enough, no. Will the final thing that show up give me a free one-man? Or do I just lose here before I even get to fight Stinky? Okay. Oh my. The goddess of Makai. Stinky. I don't know any safe spots. Now is definitely not the time to try and figure one out, that's for sure. That's guaranteed gonna kill me. Oh, I don't know how to dodge Cheetos. I just remembered that she does that, and I don't know how to deal with that. Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that. I was kind of hoping she would pop before I had to learn. There's some kind of movement you gotta do to it. I don't know what it is. I was doing well, though. I was doing pretty well. Okay, those dark orbs are... I would have died here. Are they aimed at me, or are they at the same movement position? Recitation is the... yeah. Ow. Should have pulled back. Tried to go through it. I didn't even see that. Alright, losing 1 billion lives. Recitation is really weird because, like, I don't feel that unconfident that I'm in the right playing space. I'm still making mistakes, but I don't feel like I'm in the wrong spot for the most part. It's funny how Recitation isn't even her finale. But it is her most iconic move, probably because of Byakuya really highlighting it. This is her final move, whatever the fuck this is. Are you dead yet? Die! Okay, I got royally schooled on Recitation, and that one fucked me up pretty badly. However, I didn't do very bad on the rest of it. That's pretty good. Alright. Were you planning to defeat me with that amount of power? Shut up, no fingers. Holy darkness, and there Mima's sat. What the heck? It's so purple. How do you guys practice PC98 games? Can you do save states in these things? I actually have no idea. The emulator I'm using is Next. P98 Next. I don't know how save states work on these things. I never really I should have made one there. Citation's harder than her actual final. Well, yeah, but mostly every character's final is kind of just a weird Hail Mary attack that doesn't do a whole lot. Recitation's weird because it really does feel like it's visually overwhelming and very restrictive, but it's surprisingly, like, I feel like it's very rare that you ever find yourself getting killed by the laser wall or the red bullet wall. You're pretty much always getting killed by the black bullets. Now, obviously, the restrictive play area is affecting you getting hit by those black bullets, but not actually running into the wall yourself and dying from that is kind of neat. I don't know how it works. 4 at a time, huh? How do you do? I don't know how you do save states on it. I had Neko Project. Neko Project was because I had the PC98 bundle that was released some time ago, but that one worked. That one came with Neko Project, but T98 Next is one that I grabbed because this is the one that I grabbed originally to just play the individual ROMs or whatever you call them. Okay. Press F11 anywhere between F1 to F4. To load, press F12. Oh. Oh, look at that. Okay. So I can make a save at the boss fight or the specific spell card. Okay, I see. They're all boogs. Why are they all boogs? I got a higher score when I game overed. Glug. Glug. Just give me a second. I'll go again. Just give me a second. I can't tell if this game is really, like, stingy on resources, or I just didn't get any because I already had, like, max. But I feel like I only got 2 1-ups in that entire game. One from the 200 points and one from the mid-boss. Mima, 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 mima. 7 lives max on this game, which is 5 extended. But you can start with 6, so I died to Alice twice. I didn't think this game was that tough on resources, to be honest with you. You get 8 if you get every point. How do you get every point? How is that even possible? There's no POC in this fucking game. There's a POS. Her name is Mai. But there's no POC. POC wasn't introduced until Touhou 6. Which is kind of interesting to think about, because that means that Touhou 6's gimmick is technically the point of collection, huh? Because that doesn't exist in this era. You could argue that PCB's gimmick is the visible hurt box, but it actually has the border system, which is unique to it. Good old EOSD. Nothing beats that. Electric Fairy. Alright, so I gotta keep in mind... what is it? Keep in mind, Stage 5 mid-boss, as painful as she is, the section after her is a lot worse. But she does drop a 1-up, so I'd rather kill her for that. But I also don't really want to, like... I don't really want to, like, end up just burning it instantly. Now, I've done vomit sections after bosses before. It's very reminiscent of EOSD, which I guess EOSD is more reminiscent of this because of the dates of release, of course. But my point is that that exact shit happens in Stage 5 mid-boss as well, where Sakuya dies after misdirection and you just get a bunch of shit thrown at you, and then eventually it goes away. Momiji does it too, although her shit is less random per se, but it's also just acidine. So you let her live, just so you can get around her too. I hate when the optimal strategy is to let the boss live an elongated period of time, because the section that follows them is so bad you don't actually want to do it at all. Because I don't want to fight the boss for that long. I'd rather just the boss die in front of me and then deal with what comes after. But when shit is so... like, Rin does it too, actually. SA Stage 5 might be the worst for that. I fucking hate that one. I don't even understand how you're supposed to live that shit. That shit feels like it's designed to punish you for playing. Here comes Rin. Deal with her nasty-ass fucking spell card, Cat's Walk. Hey, you did it. Congratulations. Here's green assholes popping bullets everywhere. Like, that's not good. I don't want to do that for the next 20 seconds. Interrobang. I won't let you enter Makai. I think these games are pretty neat. I think they're pretty neat. PCB Stage 6 has something that's actually before a mid-boss, where it is just a lot of gobbledygook. That section interests me because that section is so notorious that there are actually routes in score running. Well, not even score running, but there are routes in, like, no misses that specifically hold off on max powering just so they can get the one-time max power clear on that section. It even has its own name section in the practice tool, which I thought was neat. There's a lot of words for it, but it's essentially just a mess of bullets right at the final stage section of like a 40 fucking minute game. Because when you're playing for score, when you're playing for score in PCB, that game takes fucking forever. I don't know how PCB score runners play that game as well as they do for as long as they do. Because not only do you have to play most of the game completely unfocused to really like just etch out a bunch of extra points for border, but like the game itself just takes forever. And some of the strats they do to actually like get high grace are terrifying. Especially the Resurrection Butterfly strat. The way they do the Resurrection Butterfly, they do that for like a minute straight, and that's the last minute of the goddamn run. There's this crazy ass like max grazing going on with Resurrection. I don't even like doing Resurrection normally. Fuck, Resurrection might be one of my least favorite things in the entire series because it's just a fucking annoying 90-second timeout spell at the end of the game. And as soon as it hits me once, then I panic. I panic like an asshole, and I don't want to play anymore. I hate timeout spells. I hate them. And hers doesn't change. Alright? Now, I know you could argue it does change to a certain capacity, but it doesn't change. You can do the same, you get the same shit. You know, you're getting the same shit for like 90 fucking seconds straight, and you just gotta hold that. And if you get hit in the first 10 seconds, you still got 80 seconds to deal with. And then you're probably shitting yourself because you're on your last couple lives. You're like, oh, I did it, I beat the game. Not quite, jackass. Survive for 80 more seconds. Like, no. No, 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 no. Give me my win. Give me my fucking win. I'm gonna grab some point items. I should prioritize point items. What does the fucking dream gauge do? Why does that shit never fill? I think that shit gives you a screen clear the first time it goes to full, but I don't know what the fuck you do to fill that bullshit. Oh, that was a bad idea. Almost ran directly into them. Okay, well I grabbed the blue item and now it's max. What does that mean? I have no clue. I'm gonna get hit by one of these because there's so much blue particles coming towards me. Okay. Dream is just Piv. I forgot what Piv was for a second. I know what Piv is. So you don't get any 1-ups by your score. It's only by the amount of point items collected. I just don't like timeout spells. Because timeout spells, when you get hit early in them, you still have to deal with the entirety of it for the rest of the timer. I don't like Mirasa's timeout either. Mirasa's timeout's really annoying. It's just you finish the damn thing and now it's like, alright, 30 seconds, move in a big fucking stupid square circle. And don't fuck up. Oh, you fucked up? Well, you get to hold that for the next like 25 seconds. I don't want to hold it, man. I don't want to hold it. I hate it. Oh my. Okay. Oh, Oh. I got one. I now have 6 Mimas. Well, 7, because 0 counts, right? I have me many. Many Mima. I got hit by Alice twice. I don't remember why. I think I wasn't paying enough attention. This theme is really good, but it certainly has a very strange name. So if you get every point item in the game, does that mean there's 300 total? Or does that mean that, you know, you can... Like, how many actually exist in the game itself? Because if you get... So there's only 4 lives to get, right? You get the 100, the 200, the 300, and then the stage 5 big boss. So... So you could get maximum lives probably by stage 5, right? But you wouldn't be able to get maximum lives if you started with default. In fact, you wouldn't get a lot of lives if you started with default at all, huh? There's no real system in place for that. In short, this game sucks. Because I can't beat it. Whoa, okay, alright. I got a little greedy there, I admit. It's interesting how power items still drop in these early games, but I believe they get a multiplier attributed to them when you pick up more than you have room for. But in later games, all power items turn into different items once you max out your power because there's no point of it. Start doing that in Cherry Blossom, where the power items turn into cherry items. But also, power stopped giving you a full screen clear at a certain point. I don't remember what that point was. I want to say it was Mountain of Faith. Mountain of Faith was kind of a revival of the series, right? It was a redo. Bang. I did it! I got maximum lives! Right? That's max? I love when I ask questions when I cannot feasibly see the answer to them. Because I'm over here playing the game. And if I take my eyes off the screen, I'm gonna get hit. And if I get hit, I'm not gonna be very happy about that. Because it was avoidable. There's different levels of feeling that you get when you get hit. There's the, you got me because that shit was, you know, I just couldn't dodge it. There's, that hit me. I can't believe that fucking hit me. Stupid hitbox. Bullshit. There's, I legitimately didn't see that bullet because I wasn't paying attention. And then there's, I'm too good for this game. So anytime I get hit, it's the game's fault. It's impossible for me to fail. It has to be the game cheating me. So what is, wait, is there a maximum lives, like, is there a maximum lives in PC98 games? Or is it just, you can just keep stacking them as many as there are within the game itself? Because I know in Windows, obviously, there is a cap. And once you hit the cap, any extends you get go to your bomb count instead. You only have 5 on Eastern Wonderland. Really? But you can start with 5. I thought you could stack more, because I know that you can get like a billion of them when you're fighting Rika in the extra stage. I'm just gonna make a save state here in case I need to. Sokomade da. Somebody's when it turns into a bomb. Oh, okay. Anyway, I wanted to ask the question again. Can Story of Eastern Wonderland enemies drop 1-ups, or are they only dropping bombs? Rarely. I know their drops are completely asterisk random, but can they drop 1-ups? Bomb is a 1 in 500. I have footage of it, which is funny because when I did a video on the topic specifically, I mentioned that it could happen, and then I mentioned it could happen because I didn't know if I had footage of it happening, and I wasn't gonna try until I did see it, and it just happened. The random footage that I found to put for that segment did actually have a bomb spawn, and I was like, huh, how about that? I'm not changing the script now though. Alright, so last time I just redirected poorly. Or I tried to redirect early and I got squished. So that was just fortunate on my part. I did actually have footage of that happening, but I didn't know if I did. It just happened that I rolled into the footage of me doing it when I was explaining it. Alright, I'm gonna assume I don't need to redirect this one. Yeah, okay. Good. Very good. I don't like Story of Eastern Wonderland, I'm sorry to say. I really don't like that game. I don't like that game very much at all. That's your goat? Not mine. Ain't my goat. Farthest thing from goat you can get. That's a yak. Not the animal. The onomatopoeia. What's not to like about it? One of my favorite things about Story of Eastern Wonderland, when I was told a strategy for dodging a specific part of the extra stage, that work consistently unless you got hit at some point earlier in the stage, which can cause a hurtbox misalignment to make you get hit. Because apparently your hurtbox can very slightly shift when you die in that game. So that's cool. You already can't see your hurtbox, but it also isn't always in the same spot. It's not very far from the original spot, but it's not in the same spot consistently. That was a really fucking cool thing to discover. The strat was literally go in the bottom right corner, and if you hadn't got hit at that point, it'll let you through. But if you have gotten hit, there's a chance that the hitbox offset will cause you to get hit and die. That'd be funny if it wasn't so stupid. I mean, it is pretty funny, though. That's pretty funny. Die. Vengeful spirits. Be gone. Be gone, trickster demon. Foul creature. I bid you adieu. So, I don't know who I'm gonna fight again. I would hope to fight Yuki, but I probably just got lucky against her. That said, at least I know what she's doing comparatively to the other fucker. We're doing pretty well on point items. That was almost bad. Alright. F11, F2. Good. Alright. Okay. Welcome. Hi. Oh no. Oh no, that was not good. Oh, that was terrible. What are you doing? Can you go to your next health bar? That was the one that was supposed to kill me. Oh my god. Wow, I really shit the fucking bed with that one. I'm not really happy with that at all. Oh well. Live and let die. Easy come, easy go. It's always greener on the grass or other side. Was that bad? Yeah, actually, that was really fucking bad. Those are some really bad spots to get hit. Why were you getting hit there? I don't know! Why was I getting hit there? Oh, oops. Hi. How you doing? I don't know what you do. Oh, when you move, that shit moves too. Sprinkle Storm. Not the wheel. You're gonna kill me. Oh no, it's Kogasa. Terrifying surprise. One of my least favorite spell cards in the entire series is that one. Okay. Oh, come now! Oh! Is it appropriate to say that I want to cry? I've seen this pattern before. I don't remember where, but I've seen somebody do this before. I don't even know what killed me that time, bro. I just lost like 6 lives, this motherfucker. Oh, I hate you. Oh, I hate you. I lost it all. And he lost it all. The Last Judgment. You know what happens in these two-hoop games? These fucking two-hoop games? You get hit once, and suddenly the pressure of the world is off your shoulders. Then you get hit again, and then you're a miserable wreck. Just an absolute fucking wreck. But you know what I like about not playing with bombs? Is that I never have to think, man, I should have bombed there. I could have lived if I bombed. I never have to think that because that's never an option. That is one less thought I don't have to concern myself with. It's actually incredibly liberating. Nothing matters. Should have bombed? No, it doesn't matter. Why aren't you bombing? Because I'm not bombing. I don't understand. Why doesn't the streamer just click the bomb button when he's in danger? Ho ho ho. The answer may surprise you. I have to imagine... Okay, so what am I doing here? If I time her out, does she explode and give me the 1-up? Like, should I just time her out entirely? I ask as if I can read the answer. Her pattern is quite straightforward, I just need to pay attention. Okay, so she explodes herself when you reach kind of the end of the path. So I don't get the 1-up. So I do want to kill her, but this section is pretty much over. So that's good to know. That is very good to know. Okay. Yeah, when the road starts to end. So damage her up to low, and then when the road starts to end, finish her off. Alright, I got it. Well, I was saying, I have to imagine it gets kind of annoying when you're trying to do like big runs or something like that. Because I know it's like this in speed runs when people going for like world records and they make like a single mistake. And someone in the chat's like, oh, you should just reset the entire run because you fucked up in one spot. I have to imagine that's similar for stuff like this as well. Where it's like, oh, you're going for a no miss. Oh, you got hit. Well, you should probably just reset. Go back to stage 1. I'm not here to watch you get a 1 miss. I'm here to watch you get a no miss. So could you please, for my viewing experience, could you please go back to stage 1 and try again? I have made a grave error. Okay, I'm definitely not getting through this. Okay. I hate you, Yumeko. Okay, I swear I can do this. My issue is I don't commit when I need to. I know how I need to move, but I don't commit when I need to. That's all. But this is definitely the hardest part of the fight. Oh, thank God. Streamer, you got hit. Please restart the entire run now. I don't care if you've been playing stage 1 for the last 4 hours. You got hit. Play it again. Now. No. Do pace pals... Are pace pals defined by them asking for resets? I thought pace pals were just defined by people who only watch when the run is green, you know? Wait, I got a 1-up. Wait, why do I have an extra guy? Where'd I get that? I thought I was down to my last guy. I forgot to make a save state. I forgot to make a save state for that boss fight. Though admittedly the boss fight isn't the issue. It was everything before that. 300 points? Oh, I just got that. I just noticed I got that during the fight. Okay. Holy car. Oh, let's not make a mistake here. So we can't realistically get another 1-up through these guys. So we're just gonna kill them so they're not an issue. Hmm. And then the final shot is just a single circle. Or 3, or 4. Alright, Stinky. I lost 6 lives to Mai and friend. After the big blue bullet spell, you can go to the upper screen and safe spot the Cheetos. Define safe spot. You mean I just stay up there and it doesn't hit me, or do I have to keep moving? That seems like something I'd rather practice. Because I don't know the best time to do that. Is this true? So as soon as she dies, just go directly, like when you say directly above her, you mean touch the top of the screen, or do you mean like hover above her head and risk touching her ahugi? Once the phase ends, you stay up for the big burst, and then can go back down. And you can touch the top. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fuck it up because I'm not getting this, and then I'm gonna blame everybody but myself. All right. So it's the first attack, or the second attack after she opens her white wings, right? Because she opens her white wings and that causes the spill, and then when I clear that one, then I go above her head because that's the Cheetos. Okay. All right. All right, Stinky. Oh my God. I like when she goes up there because it gives me a lot of room to work with. I don't like when she's directly here because it gives me no room to work with. Oh, come on! Stinky! Hey! Hey! What's the matter with you? I knew I was making a mistake. her wing's a hitbox. Getting iced out. Oh. Okay, well that happened. I was really scared I was gonna get hit because I decided to play like really safe and follow the lanes, but I don't do that. So my hand started sweating on the controller. We've lost. Who are you? I am the ultimate evil. 6 lives lost on my spooky ghost. If I mash, you can't read the ending, therefore you don't get to see the ending. Oh my. Okay. I got hit by the fucking 3rd pattern. Man. Yumiko hit me, right? I'm trying to think. I had 8 lives. Or I guess technically 9. I had 9 lives. I lost literally 6 of them to Mai. I'm pretty sure Yumiko hit me with something. I don't remember what though. I don't think I got hit by the stage. And Stinki, I got hit by the 3rd pattern. That one, I'm gonna blame that one on me trying to pay attention to when it pops because I don't know how much time I have to run above her. I'll blame it on that. But the dark Angie phase, man. Let me tell you, some of those movements that I made on recitation, I could feel my sweaty thumb. I could feel my sweaty, achy thumb go for the movement, and I was worried that it wasn't gonna register. Oh my! I've never done the extra stage ever, actually. I can't beat Red Magic. I mean, we can watch it. We can watch it. What's the code to watch the replay again? You hold what buttons do you hold, and you let the demo screen play. We can put that on for a little bit, just because I don't want to play anymore anyway. Just another player. Try to score more. What? Beat the whole... you know what? You know what it was? 9 deaths. Bombs used. I got hit 9 times. 6 of those to Mai. The final boss. 4222-8210. Number 1 Mima. Stinky. Alright. You hold left and right and you let it go. Yeah, sure. So if you don't know about this, you probably do. There's a Easter egg in Touhou 5 where if you hold a certain keys down, when the demonstration screen plays, it'll actually play a secret replay of Zun with Mima in the extra stage. So what's great about this in particular is that Zun is he's pretty solid at this game that he made. So this is actually a really effective method in game to practice the extra stage because you can actually see what he's doing. You not get a lot of lives here? I figured not. Flannery gets a bad reputation. Her biggest issue, though, is just the fact that there's 2 1-ups in her entire stage. Now, I'm not going to say that she's easy, because I don't think she's easy at all. She's an extra stage boss. But the difficult part, for sure, the most difficult part is that you play a little extra scared. You definitely play extra scared when your resources get limited the way they do. And for that, you have to deal with Patchy and then the entire stage, and all of that, you get one extra life for it. I like Flan, though. I think Flan has cool patterns. She's got a great theme. Stage and boss-wise. Alice in Wonderland is great, but the Grimoire of Alice is very good. Well, that's how I feel about 10 Desires as a whole. Is that even though 10 Desires has a reputation of having easier patterns, its resource stranglehold is so fucking annoying that it kind of undoes the whole easier patterns thing. Because you're allowed significantly less mistakes. You get hit once. Not to mention Yosuke is one of the worst designed bosses in the entire series. There he is, the Trump King. But he's a jack for some reason. So, you know, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Look at the speed of that shit, man. It just pisses me off. That's crazy. There's your 1-up. I don't think anybody is disagreeing that Yosuke is a bad boss. Her issue is that she has spell cards that heal her. And if you notice, her last spell on higher difficulties, actually out-damaging the heal, requires some very dangerous play. The problem with it is that it's like a 45-second spell card, so either you play really risky and kill it, or you try to time it out. But like, if you get hit during the timeout portion, you're gonna have to sit there and deal with the rest of it timeout regardless. But then if you get hit when you're trying to clear it, then you gotta sit there and fucking time it out anyway, because you probably can't get enough damage anymore because she's healing because you got hit. She's just a really poorly executed like special ability, and it's mostly compiled into one spell card, the last one. Now the first one ain't that great either, and Poison Nail doesn't heal her. But no, that Yoshika final is it's very not fun. I mean, I don't like Sega. Sega is not very fun to fight. Futo's neat. I think Futo's pretty neat. Miko, some of Miko's stuff I don't like. Personally, I don't like some of her stuff. Futo's nons I think are more annoying than her spell cards, but her boat one is definitely kind of difficult if you don't know what you're doing. But that could be said about every spell card, is they're difficult. Every spell card is difficult if you don't know what you're doing, but there are some spell cards that specifically require a certain method to their madness, where if you don't know what you're doing, you're just not going to do it. Okay, so this is the only pattern that Alice has that I can do. This next one, I can't do it. I wouldn't have bombed there. This is the greatest theme in PC 98, though. Notice her fire effect only exists for the red ones. Yeah, I can't do this one. It's like Moses' Miracle on crack. Shit is overwhelming. I can't do it. I straight up can't do it. I get omega filtered by this one, so I just can't do it. And I hate playing the whole 8 fucking minutes, 10 minutes of an extra stage to get to the first pattern of the boss and then die. I really didn't like Lol K's extra stage for that reason. That stage goes on for like 12 minutes. It's so long. It's so long, it's easy to fuck up. And then Hecate is the epitome of unfun. Especially when Junko pops in. Junko pops in and is like, check this out. It's like awful. Just miserable time. Extra's only 7 minutes long. Not Lol K. Lol K is longer than that. It is genuinely the pretty sure it's the longest extra stage in the game, in the entire game. I'm pretty sure it's 12 minutes long. But usually you are right. They're about 7 to 10 minutes long, depending on how well you do the mid-boss fights. Holy bomb. That's not my creator. Hecate also has a lot of extra health for some reason. I don't know why. I don't really think too much about how long games take. Just that PCB, very, very notably, is the longest main game. For one reason or another. I mean, I timed every single game's main game stage lengths. I timed that shit. I have a whole video on that. 40 minutes of just timing. Not the kind of video that people watch on the crapper, I'll tell you that much. But I thought it was interesting, so I made a video on it. PCB Stage 4 is 4 minutes and 8 seconds long. And 8 of those seconds are just staring at the door at the end of the screen. Cool, right? No matter what you do to Lily, the stage is always the same length. It's fucked up. Good video. I thought so. I liked it. Fun 40 is better than a miserable 20. Yeah, but you gotta really think about how exactly PCB adds up to be that much extra time over other games, right? Is it because the stage length, the pattern length, the amount of, like, what is it exactly that causes it? Because even though Yuyiko has a timeout at the end of the game, it does only take about 1.5 minutes to get through. But PCB itself is just a long game. It's a long game. But it is one of the most beloved Toho games in the series for a reason. It's a great game. It's beloved because it came out before Toho 9. Correct. Correct answer. Give that guy a gold medal. See, this looks manageable to me, but at this point in the fight, I'm probably shitting myself with no lives. Oh, it's... and now my eyes are kind of glazing over the pattern, because I'm not looking where I'm supposed to. But yeah, as you can see, red magic is kind of where... I feel like red magic is kind of like the big one. There's obviously some shit going on in here that can fuck you up pretty easily. But that first, it's like a second red magic spell is just like... If you don't know how to do that, you're not fluking that. You're just simply not fluking that one. You either know how to do that or you're not getting to play the rest of the fight. Now, I'd say that Koishi's Ancestors is a little similar. Koishi's Ancestors is not nearly as difficult a pattern, mind you, but Koishi's Ancestors is a card that is supposed to be done in a very specific way. And if you don't know how to do it, then you don't get to play the rest of Koishi. But if you do know how to do it, you do get to play the rest of Koishi. And then you have Honest Man's Death, which pops up in the middle of the fight. And if you don't know how to do that, you're not getting through that. And if you do know how to do that, you mean, how'd you figure that out, first of all? How'd you figure that out? So yeah, it's Treacherous Judas Kiss and Crimson Demon? Crimson Dead. But no, Forbidden Magic is my favorite. This one's my favorite theme in the game, and probably my favorite theme from PC98 in general. However, the Grimoire of Alice, I said time and time again, Grimoire of Alice is simply... Right, I forgot. So the entire PC98 music volume is in this game. Every single one of them. They're all here. I actually like this theme as well a lot, Singyoku's theme. I like that you can even see the keys being played on the FMs. Isn't that nice? Honest Man's Death is a very silly spell card, just because of what it expects you to do. Yeah, it's one of my favorite themes as well. This one's fine. This one's good. Classic. Groovy. That's alright. It's good. This one, whenever I hear this one, I hear Aisen's theme in it. Like, you hear it, right? It has the exact same, like, sound to it. Like, that's how Aisen's theme starts. Now Until the Moment You Die is very good. Very, very good. Civilization's okay. Angel, Distant Star, not that great. Iris. That's the ending theme. Fumaroku. You know what, chat? Let's just read these for fun. Why not? We got some time to burn. Let's just read these. It's a pretty awesomely reborn, I think, and yet it really takes me back. Sacred Lot, Eternal Shrine Maiden. The melody had quite an impact on me. Even now, I'll find myself playing it when I compose music. Because when am I going to take another opportunity to come back to PC98 for this, right? Might as well stick it here. Shingyoku's theme. Get the feeling there are a few melodic differences from my current music. What could they be? The chord progression hasn't changed much. So these are comments unique to this music room, right? Not just posted from the previous, like... Well, I guess he didn't really have a music room in Toho 1. Soul Devoted to God. Arranged old musical piece, and now it feels one really gloomy. It's a calm piece, really is a rarity of this game, isn't it? So that one's called Highly Responsive to Prayers. That's the cinema one. Toho 1 didn't have a lot of things. Composed this song. That one's not translated up there. Strange Oriental Discourse. Composed a song for the first game I ever made, so I put a bit of thought into it. All the Tuhu-U style games stem from this piece. Angel's Legend. Yuga Magana Mima's theme. This piece is a model for my current boss theme. Doesn't seem a lot different now, but somehow the older song has weight to it. Maybe it's the current piece are light. I don't think that's it either. Rodeo Magician. Kai Stage 11 to 14. This might be a catchy arrangement since it was originally so dark. It's like I inadvertently made all the songs Japanese style. Totally different from how I do it now. Toho 1 is one of those games that I think is cool to watch people play, but actually playing it myself causes nothing but frustration. Blade of Banishment. This is the most bright-eyed song in the game, I think, so try to arrange it to emphasize that feel. Not my favorite. Oh, this part's good, though. I'm definitely not what you'd call nostalgic to this music because I didn't grow up with it, but there's definitely something about it that I really do like. Ellie and Kukuri's theme. Kikuri, not Kukuri. It's a sword, knife thing. This piece has a pretty good feel to it, kind of tuned with a touch of mystery. It's indispensable for mid-game. Well, not that my current stuff's all that different. Legend of Kage. It's the second song in my heart. Composed right after Strange Oriental Discourse. Originally the tempo was busy messed up, but all that. You know what, chat? Let me actually pull it up right now, just so I can, like, because you probably hear it. You probably hear it. Okay, alright. Alright. So listen. Hear it? Okay. Now here's Racing. You hear it? You hear it? You hear it? It's really not hard to miss, but it's like the same. Until the Moment You Die. Nice piece for endgame, huh? Once you finally get here, it doesn't feel that Japanese, does it? It's maybe a lot easier on the ears than the original piece. This one's really good, though. Civilization of Magic. Almost never used this piece. It's only used for a brief moment in the game. I actually composed this for its title, so I couldn't use it afterward. For the arrangement, I tried touching it up to give the feeling of its title. This piece is my favorite. Angel of a Distant Star. Kongara's theme. The song unfolds so fast, like, are you kidding me? Puts together short phrases, and yet did arranging it make it much better. I think Angel of a Distant Star suffers from having a really slow beginning, but when the song starts, it is a good boss theme. Sario's theme sounds like Aki's theme at the start. You think? Kind of. Kind of, yeah, kind of. Kind of. I do hear it. It changes after a bit, but I do hear it. I do hear it. That's neat, you know? That's neat. Iris. Short and sweet, please envision irises. You might even see the peach blossom land. It's pretty mysterious. Alright. Puma Roku. I love Puma. Pure Land Mandala. No comment. Hakurei Eastern Wind. No comment. She's in a temper. Rika's theme. I like this theme. This theme's neat. End of Daylight. End of Daylight. Power of Darkness. That's meta. World of Empty Dreams. Bet on Death. Stage 3 boss. The Rocks. Himorogi Burn in Violet. Stage 4. Love Colored Magic. Marissa's theme. A Phantom's Boisterous Dance. Final stage theme. So there's only 5 stages in Fumaroku. Sounds like Marissa's theme from Toho 8. I know, right? Crazy. Crazy how they be doing that. Complete Darkness. Mima has 2 really good themes. It's hard to pick a favorite. Complete Darkness is very good. Extra Love. Ekisutaraba. The Tank Girl's Dream. I don't think this theme is very good, personally. Forest of Tono! The ending themes. Legendary Wonderland. Staff Roll. Hakurei Shrine Grounds. Unused music. Oh yeah, so he included the unused music. I made this intending for it to be the first stage theme, but since the early song, The Highest Month of Prayers, was so dark, I thought I'd make this one brighter, and it ended up like this. However, I threw it out. Sunfall! I actually like Sunfall a lot. I was going to use this for stage 2. It's not bad, but it felt half-hearted, so I threw it out. I actually really like Sunfall. So, if you didn't know, Toho 1 and Toho 2 released at the same time. Zun sold both. Like, I'm pretty sure 1 was done earlier in development, but he sold 1 and 2 at the same time. And then 2 is the direction that he kept on with. Because all of PC98 can be encompassed in 2 years. Summer, winter, summer, winter. Because 1 and 2 were summer, 3 was winter, 4 was summer, and then Mystic Square was winter the next year. So that's how PC98 went, 1997 and 1998. 1 was showcased in 95. I know. 1 was showcased in 96. 1 was conceptualized in 95. That's why in the credits for EOSD, it says Toho Project since 1995. So Toho itself, if you're talking about anniversaries, it does officially start. Its birth year is 1995. However, the first game wouldn't be available to the public until 97. I know my stuff. I know my stuff. Sealed Demons Finale. I had planned on using this for the staff roll, but the rhythm is so light it's almost unthinkable now. It has a rather fine pedigree, but it didn't balance well with the other songs of the game, so I threw it out. A dream transcending space-time. Selection. So Toho 3 has some interesting music, because it has some of the biggest stinkers in PC98, but it also has some really good tracks. This one's good. I think this one's good, because this is the one that the fighting game uses as a baseline, doesn't it? Like, I'm pretty sure the Rainbow's fighting game theme, like, borrows heavily from this, doesn't it? Reincarnation, of course, Mima's second theme. Very, very good theme. Toho Sakura uses... Well, yeah, Toho Sakura uses a couple of these. And we added back the disciple. Well, we being, not me. PODD Reincarnation is good. Yes. Dolls in Pseudo Paradise Reincarnation is not good, though. I hate to say it. I have no real problem with, like, any of the music collection tracks, but I think Reincarnation is not good on that. Dim Dream. I actually really like this theme. I actually really like this theme. Give it a second. If I remember correctly, there's a little bit of, like, Mima's theme that plays in this as well, right? There's a little bit of Complete Darkness that's around the end. which I think is a really nice touch. Yeah, right here, right here. So this has got a little bit of Mima's theme in there, which is it's a really nice touch. It's a really, really nice touch. Tabula Rasa, the empty girl. Probably my least favorite, or second least favorite theme from the characters in the game. Mostly because I don't remember that much of it. Maniacal Princess is Kotohime. I don't remember this one very much either, but it's a nice soft theme. Vanishing Dream, Lost Dream. So that is a Kana's theme. Kana's theme, I think Kana's theme is, it's good. It's very good. I don't want to say it's like the face of this game, but this particular theme is the most like PC 98 theme in the game, if that makes sense. I think that Vanishing Dream sounds very much like a PC 98 track. So it sticks out in my mind like that. Visionary Green, Dream World, Rikako. This is the longest track in Touhou. It takes about 4 minutes and 50 seconds before it loops. Okay. Decisive Battle. I like the soccer remix of this, but otherwise, I don't like this theme very much. And I think it's a shame when it replaces a theme of a different character that I want to hear their theme of. Sailor of Time. Oh, Chieri has the same kind of deal going on with Vanishing Dream. I mean, they do look similar. But Strawberry Crisis. Reincarnation is definitely my favorite from this game. Strawberry Crisis would be the second, and then Dim Dream would be the third for sure. Strawberry Crisis is great. Non-Unified Magic World Theory. Boss Demo theme. And Love of Magical Chimes. This is the worst theme in the game. This is the worst theme in the game. This might be the worst theme in the series. Ooh, no. No. Common ending theme. Eastern Blue Sky. Daytime ending. I hate that theme because it just doesn't sound good in the sound chip. Eternal Full Moon. Nighttime ending theme. Maple Dream, which you may recognize Maple Dream from others. Pretty sure Touhou 8 uses it. Ghostly Person's Holiday. Name Reg theme. Victory Demo. Yeah, isn't Maple Dream also Touhou 8's credits theme? Victory Demo. That's a good little tune. Game Over. The Winds of Time. I used this as I was building the game system before I made any characters. There weren't any characters that really fit the song, so I tossed it. Starbow Dream, a very spacey song. I don't make many songs like this one. It's the only one that really seems like it's a STG song, but because of that I tossed it because there aren't any characters that fit this song. Had a song called Phantasmagoria and didn't use it. For some reason the song that actually has a pyramid feel to it got tossed. I wonder what kind of character would go with this song. Gen Sokyo, Lotus Land Story. Witching Dream, Reimu Stage 1. Because if you didn't know, Reimu and Marissa have slightly different Stage 1s. Celine's Light. Neat, right? Now, this is actually, unironically, one of my favorite themes in PC 98 as well, is Orange's theme, Decoration Battle. I like this one a lot. This one's short and sweet to the point. Break the Sabbath. It's very good. Stage 2, Scarlet Symphony, Scarlet Phenemone. That's Kurumi's theme. Bad Apple. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Spirit Battle. Perdition Crisis. Ellie has a great theme, by the way. Her Fantasy Maiden Wars mixes, all of them are very good. Her theme is very good, but she is obviously overshadowed by Bad Apple. Alice Maestra. Arisumai Sutura. Stage 4. This one's a good theme as well. Maiden's Cappuccino. I love that. Chippy. And then Vessel of Stars, Casket of Stars. So, Marissa's most iconic theme stems from Touhou 2, and Reimu's iconic theme stems from Touhou 4. Where Marissa gets this theme, which this, like Touhou 3 was for Reimu, this is the theme that's used mainly for fighting game themes. This one's really good too. Lotus Love. Stage 5 theme. And Sleeping Terror. Sleeping Terror is very good. You don't need me to tell you that though, do ya? Dreamland. I don't remember Dreamland very much. A Faint Dream and Animate Dream. This one starts off really strong. The Inevitably... I almost knocked my microphone over. Forbidden Game. Extra Stage. I thought this was credits music. Illusion of Maid. Ice Milk Magic. Mugetsu's theme. I never beat these two. And I don't think I ever will. Cute Devil Innocence. Gengetsu's theme. Days. It's got a good opening. Days. Fumo Life. Bad ending theme. Peaceful. Good ending theme. Arcadian Dream. Staff Roll. Those Who Live in Illusions. Name Registration theme. Lotus Road. Unused Music 1. I was going to use this as a Stage 1 theme, but I thought it was a little too light, so I didn't use it. Dreamy Pilot. I was going to use this as the Stage 4 theme. I thought it was kind of airheaded, though, so I threw it out, maybe. But maybe it's not that bad. Oh, God. Incomplete Plot. I was going to use this as the Stage 5 theme, but for some reason I threw it out. Lol. It's pretty nice, too. Borderland. I was going to use this as the Stage 6 theme. I thought the last stage theme should be a bit more mellow, though, so I threw it out. Magic Shop of Raspberry. I was going to use this as the extra stage theme, but I thought the extra stage song should be a little lighter, so I cried and threw it out. Man, if that isn't the creative process in a nutshell. I don't like them. I don't like Mugetsu and Gengetsu. I didn't like their stage, and I didn't enjoy their boss fight very much. Not that I got to see very much of it. I just had no desire to really, like, put the effort in to learn it. Other ones I did. But Rika is pretty much the only PC 98 extra boss I beat, and that's really only because I could cheese the shit out of her. Crescent Dream. I was going to use this for the staff roll. It's not STG-esque though, so I threw it out. I don't know why, I tried Alice and I tried Mugetsu, but I found that my desire to really, like, try and beat those was not nearly as high as any other Windows extra boss was. I couldn't really tell you why. Ghostly and Beautiful Tales, the usual title theme. This is the song that really determined the direction of the rest of the game's music. Not bad, huh? Dream Express. This is a fairly rhythmical song. The song was made with the express intent of using it as a Touhou game for once. I hope you'll enjoy the rushing feeling of the Dream Express during the main part. Sara's theme, Magic Square. The song really cements the image of the soundtrack of the game as a whole. It's kind of cool and has a kind of cute atmosphere about it, I hope. Kind of feels like the color against Sokyo comes through in the melody. Well, I just kind of cheesed Rika. That's the only reason I stuck with Rika, was because I knew I could just mash and bomb and cheese through her. I effectively didn't play Rika. Half of that boss fight was just me spamming bombs and mashing and just getting through patterns way earlier than I had any right doing. And then I said, GG, I beat her, and I never played the game again. Stage 2, Dimension of Revive. I wanted to have a catchy rhythm. Listening to it, I guess the melody is cool too. Well, the stage 1 song and a nice rhythm, right? So I wanted the stage 2 song to match the stage and have a sense of speed. This is how it turned out. Spiritual Heaven, Luis' theme. This is the theme song for the boss whose reason for being here is unknown. This is too cool, lol. Maybe I could have done a lot more with it. Romantic Children, stage 3 theme. Has a pretty good Mackay feel about it, doesn't it? Stage 1, 2, and 3 songs all turn out with a real sense of speed. Since it's Mackay, I think it feels more Western. Yeah, but why is it called Romantic Children? Great song, though. Honestly, it's a great song, but why is it called Romantic Children? Plastic Mind, Alice's theme. If you listen earnestly, it's pretty dark. I think the 3rd stage boss of an STG is a significant turning point, so I put some extra spirit into making of the song. Well, it's not like I was slacking on the other songs or anything. Maple Wise. This is a really good stage theme, too. The song really settles down suddenly compared to the others. You think? It's a pretty hard song to make. Still, I came out pretty cool, I think. And then my favorite theme, Forbidden Magic. Yuki and Mai's theme. It's going for something simple yet cool in this song. This song is closest to the songs from the last game. It's really easy to finish compared to Maple Wise. Crimson Maiden, Crimson Dead. Yuki's theme. The melody is somehow similar to something from the Story of Eastern Wonderland. All I can really remember is before I knew it, the song was done. It's kind of like something from my older games. Treacherous Maiden, Judas Kiss. Mai's theme. Compared to Crimson Maiden, this one is a bit more musical. I figured she should be strong since it's the 4th stage, so I gave the song that type of feel. Well, she killed me 6 fucking times, so, you know. I don't think Toho really has bad music, mind you. I really don't. But there are some songs that I think are much better than others. Stage 5, Last Judgment. I think I managed to make it feel very end of game this time. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? I really like it. Doll of Misery. Yumeko's theme. This was a tough one. This has the most complex chord progressions I've ever done. The song is like a new start for me. I wanted to make this song pretty dark, so this is how it came out. I like the song a lot, so I hope you'll listen to it. I don't like the song very much personally. I don't like this one personally. I think it's pretty weak overall. World's End, final stage. This song is just for a stage to let you get some more items before the boss, so it's short. Actually, I wanted to try and do this with just a heartbeat sound. How about that? How about that? But that isn't this kind of game. That's an interesting comment. Final stage theme, a heartbeat sound. Well, what stage theme? That would happen later on in UFO, in Byakuren. Takes place in Mackay, got Shinki spell card. It's a really nice touch. Wow. Legendary Illusion, Infinite Being, Shinki's theme. This is the last boss theme. Of course, I really put a lot of spirit into it. I was aiming for a song that had the right blend of coolness and cuteness. The main melody is pretty easy to remember, so it has a nice feel to it. I'm pretty fond of it. It's a very good theme. It does take a little bit to start, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just takes some time. Alice in Wonderland. Also a very good theme. Extra stage theme. Fairy tale-esque and cool is what I was going for this time. It's probably not fairy tale-esque, but it's pretty cool. You have to dodge lots of bullets in the game, so you probably can't listen to it too closely though. Lul. And the Grimoire of Alice. Alice's second theme. Compared to my other extra stage boss themes, I paid close attention to the rhythm this time. No matter how cheap the attacks coming are, we can always emerge victorious with a superior groove. I like how this one just does not waste any time. It has a strong lead-in, and then the song just doesn't stop being good the whole way through. But man, it has a really, really strong, start. Shinto Shrine. Bad ending theme. Sounds like all my other good endings, but it's a bad ending, lol. Well, I guess that's just because all of my good ending themes were kind of dark. Endless. Good ending theme 1. Got unusually forceful ending themes this time, lol, but it's very shrine-like. Eternal Paradise. Good ending theme too. I wanted to make something like a piano solo, but yeah, lol. It totally ends right in the middle though. Mystic Dream. Staff roll. It's a very short song. Still, it's because I wanted to match what was happening on the screen with the music. In other words, it means there isn't much staff, so the staff roll is short, lol. Peaceful Romancer. Extra ending theme. I figured I'd do a nice rhythmical Japanese piece as rehabilitation. Well, it was a failure, lol, but the song turned out nice. I guess I really just like this kind of song since I can make it this time. So, yeah, the extra stage in this game has an ending. And then when you beat that, you get the Mystic Square All-Star Cast, which is a credits for every single character. Well, asterisk, every single character in PC98. Name registration theme. This is very Japanese. I think it would be nice if there were more Japanese-style songs like this in the game. That MS All-Cast credits, by the way, has a lot of interesting things in it. For one, the only characters credited in Touhou 1 is Reimu. Genji's not included in Touhou 2. There's some pretty funny spellings of character names that are, while not inaccurate, very silly to look at. Like Mugetsu and Gengetsu. Because we know them as Tsu and Tsu. Chiuri is one as well. It's like she's not Chi, she's T. Because Chi is T, if you didn't know. But it's pronounced like Chi. And so it's usually spelled like Chi. But the character itself can be T, so her name is Tiuri. And even though you would read that as Chiuri, it's written in there as Tiuri. Kinda neat. Also, Alice and Yuka don't have last names. So most people are probably familiar with the MS All-Star Cast from the translated versions, which does add Touhou 1's characters with their titles given to them in the credits, as well as adding the names for Yuka and Alice, Murgatroyd and Kazumi, which didn't exist until Windows. But and it also adjusts the characters' names to be more accurate to what we know them as. But the actual untouched Mystic Square All-Cast credits. It's very interesting. Very rarely seen, but there's some interesting stuff in there. There you go. That's it. That's it. Tiuri. That's her name. Tiuri. Stinky. Alright. Well, PC98 is a weird era that exists, and some people like it, and some people don't. Some people like it so much that they actually just hate everything that comes after it, and some people hate it so much that they pretend it doesn't exist. It's an interestingly decisive set of games for how little impact it actually has on the grand scheme of things. It does, however, have the origin of Alice, Yuka, and characters like Mima and Stinky. So there's, PC98 has some characters in it that even if you're not really a fan of PC98 in general, you've probably become somewhat familiar with due to their, crossovers and fan works, of course. But yeah, PC98, I have no problem with it. Some of the games are kind of tough to play. But I think the characters are neat, and I like Touhou. I like Touhou in general, so I like the PC98 stuff. I do. Well, there you go, chat. That is Touhou 5 Mystic Square, done without using a bomb. I'm kind of surprised I managed to do that, especially after what happened in that run, but good. Good job, me.